Happy February, everybody! How do you let those around you know that they matter to you? Do you give them little special deliveries, little note cards, or extra hugs? I challenge you this month to do just that. And also, how do you receive those special notes of appreciation, those little hugs from God through those that are around you? Your pets, your kids, your family, your friends. How does God let you know that you are precious in His sight and He delights to see you? About a week ago, we had -30, and 4 days later, it was +30. So we're walking around in this gorgeous winterland as the snow falls. I call this the snow globe kind of day, where the snow just keeps falling down. On my walk today, I kept noticing little things, like the sound of the squeaking snow under my feet. And as I noticed this unique kind of beauty that we have here in the winter, I kept hearing the word potential. Potential. What is growing in the winter when things look dead? What beauty surrounds us that can easily be overlooked? What potential is in a seed and then in a tree? My friend has a mill and he takes trees that have been cut down, usually for either safety reasons or because a house is about to be built. And it is this cycle of life. Lots of people get upset when they see the clear cutting happen, but in order for there to be wood to build the houses, trees have to come down and get milled into beams and planks and cedar shakes. Here in the Northwoods, lots of people have wood-burning stoves, so other potentials of the trees that grow around us all year is firewood, and it gives us heat in our homes. And there's so much to be grateful for. Beauty, patterns, potential, shelter, heat, provision. How is God showing you potential, patterns, provision, and protection? What things are reminding you of that? Where are you finding unexpected beauty? Last month we heard the first part of my interview with Dr. Amy Vakos about being present in the moment and how that can actually build something in us that helps us respond better to crisis, traumas, and disasters and prevent PTSD from settling in. The second part of her interview really focuses in on getting practical. When bad things happen or when somebody presents a need to us, we so often want to just jump in really quick into activity. But it's really important at that point to pause, to slow down, to remember that building trust has taken time and that we might not be the ones to offer the help. So how do we respond wisely in a way that blesses and comforts and supports people? So one of the most important questions to ask is what is most needed right now? And then we get the lovely gift of being able to creatively finding ways to meet that need. But today, I'd like to challenge you to noticing the details around you, to identifying people in your lives that you'd like to send a thank you card, or make a little something for to let them know that they're special. I know Valentine's Day can be kind of a corny holiday, but also lots of people can feel really lonely and rejected. And why not take advantage of a holiday and give your own creative spin on it to offer some special deliveries to those around you? And like I mentioned at the beginning, don't forget to pay special attention to how God is meeting you day in and day out right now, no matter what your circumstances are. I had coffee with a special friend this week, and then today I was reminded of part of our conversation when I read the verses in Isaiah 58, verses 6 to 8. Is not this the fast I chose, to release the bonds of wickedness, to untie the cords of the yoke, to let the oppressed go free, and to tear off every yoke? Is it not to share your bread with the hungry, to bring the homeless poor into your house? When you see the naked, to cover him, and not hide yourself from your own flesh and blood. Then your light will break forth like the dawn, and your healing will spring up speedily. I don't ever remember the part about not hiding ourselves from our own flesh and blood. And that really resonated with the conversation my friend and I were having, and some hard conversations that have been happening in my family, on multiple sides actually of my family, and of course in the clients I see. So hopefully this is encouraging to you as well. Don't hide yourself from your family. Sometimes it's so easy to go help the strangers or the people we hear about on the news or people across the world. It can get really, really hard and scary and vulnerable to try to meet the needs and show love on a consistent basis when we're feeling wounded or under attack by those that are our family. Or when we feel like we need to protect members of our family from other members of our family. Have you ever been in that position? So my friend was mentioning one thing, and it relates to like the triangle idea, like as we grow closer to God, we grow closer to each other. But it's slightly different. It's whatever that block is that's between us, the cross destroys it. He came to destroy all that divides us, but we can only do that by going to Him and letting Him do that work. We try so hard on a horizontal level to understand and fix and do our part. And while parts of that are indeed needed, and God calls us to pieces of that, how often do we strive and try to fix it all on our own without going to Him and trusting that His cross comes in to destroy the divisions and to bring unity? And one other thought that I don't know if this brings some reality to it or a little more dependence on Him or a little bit more grief in our fallen world is as I connect with God, or as you connect with God, and if the other person is rejecting God, doesn't God also become a bit of a barrier, a stumbling block to that relationship? So sometimes the blocks that we're feeling, I think this is what I want to sum up and say. Sometimes the blocks that we're feeling may be spiritual warfare and not anything we've done to that relationship. And the solution, whether it's something we've done or something that's just spiritual, is to go to the cross, is to go to Jesus and ask Him, what is it that you want me to do? Where do you and I need to get right so that they and I can get right? And to continually praying and leaning into the cross and lifting our other family members and other people in the world up to Jesus, because as we draw closer to Him, the division is destroyed. I hope you guys have a good February. I hope that this has been encouraging to you. I hope that you do something creative to draw close to God, to hear Him say how precious you are to Him, to pray for those that you feel divided from, and to let the cross do its work of bringing unity and healing